Welcome to the after show. It's Ramiro, Pebbles, Melissa, and Leroy. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Click that like button, please. So after this after show, Leroy's going to be doing an interview with a WWE wrestler, Maxine Dupree. Mm-hmm. And I was just asking Leroy off air. I said, did you hear all the crap that WWE's been getting lately? And they're going to be coming here to Boston for Monday Night Raw in a couple of days. And you said there's a bunch of tickets available.
There are a bunch of tickets. And wow, this is so interesting because yesterday there was a conversation going on social media about another show that's going on, a tour, which I will not name, but people were laughing because they were saying, how did this group think that they were going to sell?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And they didn't say the specific, well, they did, but I'm not going to say who it is. But they're not selling, the tour's not selling out. Yeah. Watch this, Pebbles don't get mad. When people are like, well, what group are you talking about? You had some idiots on there like BTS. Wow. And people were like, get out of here. They sold out. I guess BTS sold out their tour in an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
But the point is, the days of just putting on a lackadaisical, half behind show tour, it's over. No. Folks are not paying for garbage
because everything is so expensive. Yep. And then when you go to buy tickets like on Ticketmaster, LiveNet, like the fees are insane. It's too much. You want your money's worth.
I'm actually looking right now at the WWE tickets for the Raw in Boston, and there are a lot of seats left available. And you, for the most expensive seat,
I can tell you why.
Down right by the ring, $881.
I can tell you
for
why.
A ticket.
So when Vince McMahon, so they're owned by TKO now, TKO Group. They own UFC, they own WWE. When Vince McMahon owned WWE, yeah, he did a lot of fucked up stuff. But the one thing that he always tried to do with the events was we need to always keep it so that families can come and access it live.
All right, so he tried to keep it cost effective
yes. Yeah. So for the like the Raws, all that stuff, but even for like WrestleManias, he was like, we can't price people. Yes, clearly it's going to be more expensive because it's more of an experience, but we still can't price people out of it. So the last year Vince McMahon was in WWE, I think it was 2023 or something like that. Your average WrestleMania ticket was like $165 or something.
For WrestleMania?
For WrestleMania.
Wow.
The very next year, it was more than twice that. It was like $350. Now?
Well, if you're looking at just a Raw being, it looks like the average is like 300 something.
Yeah. So now your average WrestleMania ticket is like in the $700, almost $800 range. Because, get this. So, you know what's funny with all these like the expensive tickets and people complaining and stuff? People will still lie and make up reasons like, oh, no, it's not that. It's this. We have to do this. Mm-hmm. When TKO bought WWE, the very first thing when they had their first big public, you know how they do the calls, the quarterly calls or whatever? The TKO dude was like, the big mistake they're doing is they're not maximizing profit on live events. So they changed it up. So they used to do crazy tours. They were everywhere. They were like in the middle. They were in Alabama, whatever. The wrestlers would be wrestling. They'd be doing, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. If there was a pay-per-view, they'd do a pay-per-view on Saturday or Sunday. But they'd still be like, you could say basically like 5, sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes 7, depending if it's a superstar. They were out in different cities doing live events. Now they do the TV events and the pay-per-views. And every now and then they'll do special shows in cities because their mentality, their perspective is if we're around less, we can charge more because people will.
Right.
They consider it like an event.
Yep.
It just made me think of a question in general. What must a show give you in order for you to feel like that you got your money's worth? When you leave from any show, what must have happened in order for you to feel like, you know what, I got my money's worth? Pebbles, you going to go see BTS? Melissa, if you go to see Barry Manilow, when you leave, you say, hey.
He made it to the end for Melissa.
Stop it.
Like, what is it that you want from a show in order for it to feel?
This is going to sound so general and vague, but I want to be entertained. And I know that's so general, but like, I don't want to just watch an artist walk out on stage and sing and walk off. Like, give me entertainment and a show, production value.
Dancing, choreography,
Yes.
lights, staging. Yeah.
Yes.
I want that, but I also want the energy in the arena or wherever it is, and I want to feel connection with the artist.
How do you feel connection with the artist? I'm just
Like,
I've heard that a lot.
I feel it
but-
when like they get on stage and talk to you. Like a lot of times, you know, I don't know. It's just
Cardi B does it very well. I've been watching some of her shows. She does it very well.
I haven't seen her, so I don't know what she says.
Yeah.
But
She
you
keeps
know.
it personal for every city. She's always talking to her fans, and like, I don't know. I think some artists do a really good job of it and some just don't.
I think for myself, it's going to sound generic, but moments that you can talk about. So, for example, a couple of years ago, Taylor Swift came to Gillette for a couple shows, and my daughter went, and the show she went to, it rained, like it poured, which in my opinion, it was an outdoor show. I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, we were at the Taylor Swift show where it rained. And she was also under a little roof, so she was good. She was like, but that's something that like people talked about because like she was making it like a special thing because they were getting soaked during their performance. So it's like something that you can go to someone and say something where they're like, oh, that's cool that happened there. You know, like you feel like it's like for Cardi B, the show she did, I know a lot of people are talking about the show she did in Houston where she brought up Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff, like those type of shows. You don't want just to be like a regular, like, oh, I was at this show.
And I think also not being disappointed. Like, because I think when you pay a lot of money to go to a show and your hopes are up so high and you're so excited, and if you go and they give you whatever it is that meets your expectations, I think that's a win. I definitely think that's a win.
Can I say what would take away from that? I would say showing up late, doing a short show, like, 45 minutes in and out, like sound problems, them just not putting their all into it. And you can tell when an artist isn't putting their all into it. But can I go back to something that you said earlier? Because I was just having this conversation yesterday, how the NFL is talking about adding games to their schedule and adding nights to their schedule. I was all excited about that because they're saying that Seattle might play the first game on a Wednesday night next season. And I was like, that's great. Football every night. But everybody that I was talking to about it was against it.
Yeah.
They said they don't want it watered down because they feel like if you start spreading amongst days, that less people are going to watch because now you're watering down the product. You'll have crappy games on like a Friday night. Who's going to watch that? Instead of having all your games on 2, maybe 3 nights during a week. So I'm curious if you guys, let's just say, I don't know, whatever it is you love to watch on TV. If it was on every night, would you be more apt to watch it, or would you be more apt to watch it if it was all on, say, 1 or 2 nights?
I'm more of like special like times.
Because you were talking about with the WWE, you said they used to be on a bunch. Now it's just like random.
And I still pay attention, but even now I'm like, yo, they're on so much. They're like they're on Friday, Monday. I'm like, I'll tune in. Okay. I'll watch like on YouTube for like what people are talking about.
Yeah.
So I can kind of be caught up when WrestleMania comes around. You know,
less is more. I feel like that's been said like 2 days in a row here. Less is more, and when you have that opportunity to give us a show, just like give us a show.
By the way, for WrestleMania, there's still a ton of tickets available. So get this. So when they're doing it in Vegas, whenever you do an event like that, people will go obviously to go to the show, right? But some people can't afford to get into the show. They have like $90,000 VIP pack. It's outrageous.
Jesus.
But people will still go because they do like a whole week-long fan expo, I guess you can call it, like a Comic-Con. And people will go, and then what will they do? They're like, okay, I can't go to the show. It's too expensive. So I'll go to like a hotel, a bar somewhere where somebody's doing a watch party, spend a couple $100 there, watch it, and then be around and maybe see wrestlers or whatever walking around. They did a 50, thinking that they were going to encourage people to buy tickets to the show, they did a 50-mile ban of watch parties for bars and hotel in Vegas. And they just literally changed it because they were getting crazy negative feedback. Like they thought, oh, if we don't let people do the watch parties, they'll buy tickets to the show. And they had to have someone explain to them and be like, dude, there are some people who just can't fucking afford to go to the thing live, but they'll still spend their money to come to Vegas and watch it at a bar and go to the shit around it. And they changed it, so they're hurting right now. They price themselves out a little bit. I guarantee you that they'll switch it back.
Damn.
And I have another prediction.
What's that?
WrestleMania next year is supposed to be in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah,
I bet you it won't happen.
That's not happening.
It's definitely not going to happen.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, Pebbles, you've been always trying to get us to get into BTS, and I said, you know what? It was weird seeing the BTS people come out yesterday on social media and laugh at people who thought BTS couldn't sell out, which means they put on a show, which means they're worth every penny, and everybody else needs to take a chapter out of their book and get it together, because this is ridiculous.
You know how the whole crashing thing with Netflix and how I was like threatening Netflix? Well, not really. Not really. Let me look in the camera. Not really. But so they're doing this live show that it's going to stream live on Netflix, like all over the world. And they're using new technology, like they're starting it specifically for this so that there will be no glitches. Like,
oh, wow.
I'm hopefully
what
optimistic or
technology is.
Listen, one of my friends sent
you
it to me.
You can't talk track about AI because I guarantee you there's some AI involved there.
I don't even remember. It was so technical. I was like, I don't get it. All I need to know is it's not going to glitch. So we'll see.
Oh, they need to add whatever the hell that is to cell phones and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening or watching and all that stuff.